Okay, so welcome to this new lesson. Let's begin with this class. And we're gonna finish with despite, in spite of, and although. I'll share the screen. I would like you to read, of course, because I wanna check your pronunciation. Okay, what's your answer?
In spite of the rain, we started we started to play football.
Great pronunciation. Number two.
We left the house although the rain.
Are you sure? We left the house. Salimos de la casa, aunque la lluvia.
No. We left the house despite the rain.
Despite the rain, right?
Yep. Yep.
Good,
Right.
good.
Even though Mary loved Tom, she avoided talking to him.
Okay. Even though you have to do
Even though.
this. You have to
Even
put your
though.
tongue between your teeth. ¿Pones la lengua entre los dientes? A ver, voy a explicarte por si te has olvidado. Okay. I don't know if you can see. Can you see my whiteboard? Can you see my whiteboard? Great.
I can see it.
In the English language, we have the TH sound. En el idioma inglés tenemos el sonido del TH. El TH puede tener dos sonidos, two sounds. El primero que es una D con un asterisco. Y el segundo que es el símbolo de la teta. La primera puede ser como una D, pero no es una D. La encontramos en la palabra papá en inglés. Ahora, escucha cómo voy a pronunciar la D normal. La D normal, ¿ah? Listen. Father, father, father. Ahora no se pronuncia father, se pronuncia, vas a hacer este símbolo. Lengua entre los dientes y que vibre un poquito, mira. Por lo tanto, pronunciaría father. Mira, escucha. Father. Father. No es una D normal, ¿ah? Porque una D normal sería father. 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 Did you understand?
Yep.
Yep. Ahora, now, take a look at this. La palabra aunque, although, although, tiene la TH. Although. Okay? Did you understand? No es
Yes.
una, mira, no es although, mira, although, no, although, incorrect. Although, although, although. A ver tú.
Although.
Yes.
Although.
No, no es, no es así, ¿ah? Es así, mira, a ver, no te puedo escuchar muy bien. Ah, tienes que hacer que vibre. A ver tú.
Although.
No, tú estás haciendo el símbolo de aquí. El de aquí es... Ese no. Es que vibre. A ver. A ver, pon tu lengua entre los dientes. Ya, que vibre. Ya, ahora though. Aquí. Ok, now. Although. Good. Ok, continuemos. Although, even though, es incluso aunque. Even though.
Even though.
Okay, next one. What's your answer? You can read.
Alex so carry. Um, um,
Although it's impossible to say despite or in spite of because we have, what is that? Do we call that a clause, right?
yes.
What do we need if we want to use despite of in spite of? What do we need here?
In fact,
The fact that.
the fact that.
Okay? The fact that. Next, number 4. Please read.
I had to go to sleep. Despite the noise.
Despite, so I had to go to sleep despite the noise. I had to go to, because we have the T here
Had to
between
go
two, how
to
to go
sleep.
to. This one.
In spite of the
In spite of the difficulty.
I was able to make time for meeting.
Yes, yesterday I shared an expression with you when you make time for something that you want to do. Do you remember? Nope.
I remember that you told me, but I don't remember
Get,
the sentence.
get, get round
Get round.
to doing something. Let's go to Cambridge. We can see a definition. Okay, Cambridge. I'll share the screen again. Okay, let's go here. When do you let's okay, get round to. I'm sorry. Get round to. Okay, so get round to something is not here. Get around, no. Okay. Get round to something or get around is the same, okay? Get around or get round to something.
Give me a minute, please.
Okay, don't worry.
I'm sorry, I'm back.
Okay, you're back.
You're mute.
Ah, well, I explained that we use the expression get round to something or get around to something. They're the same, okay? When you try to do something that you have intended to do for a long time, I still haven't got round to fixing that tab. So when you tried doing something or when you tried to do something for a long time because you couldn't do it, you say I tried to get round to do something, okay? In this case, doing something. Did you understand, right? For example, estoy tan ocupado que quiero hacerme un tiempito para practicar mi inglés todos los días. ¿Cómo podrías decir esto? How can you say, estoy tan ocupado que quiero hacerme un tiempito para practicar mi inglés todos los días? Do you know?
I am very busy.
I am very
Days.
busy. I am very busy
I'm very busy on these days.
these days. Okay, I'm very busy these days. That
But I am getting around to
I want to get around or get around to
English classes.
practicing my English.
Practicing my English
My
every day.
English Okay, my question. Every day together or every day two words? I mean, every day or every day?
Together?
Together, are you sure?
Yeah.
Let's go here. Let's go here. Every day together is ordinary, typical, or usual. For example, the everyday, this is an adjective. Adjective. For example, you have, for example, Karina, you study everyday English, right? You study English every day. Did you understand? You study English every day, separado. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah, but now, you have an everyday English class. Huh? Look at this. You study English every day because you have an everyday English class. Every day is an adjective and it means de todos los días. Did you understand? Every day separado, frecuencia.
Okay.
You got
Yes,
it.
like it's a noun.
Like what do you say?
It's a noun.
This is a noun?
Part of a subject.
This is an adjective and this is the adverb of frequency.
Okay.
Okay, frequency. Okay, let's come back. What does get round to doing something mean? Do you know? Get round to doing something.
Es como estoy dando vueltas en hacer algo.
Es como buscar la manera, darte el tiempo para poder hacer algo que quieres hacer. Did you understand? Por ejemplo, yo quiero limpiar mi casa, pero trabajo, no puedo. Mañana quiero, no puedo. I need to get around to cleaning my house. Todo eso, get round to doing something, significa buscarme el tiempito para hacer eso. Por ejemplo, ¿cómo dirías? Quiero buscarme un tiempito, estoy intentando buscar un tiempito para estudiar inglés.
I am very busy.
I'm very busy.
I am very busy and I'm getting around.
I'm
The
getting
time.
around. No, I'm getting around es estoy buscando. I am getting around.
I'm getting around time to study English.
I'm getting around to. I am getting around to studying. Getting around to studying. ¿Ok? No tienes que agregar el tiempo porque ya está incluido en la expresión. ¿Ok? Ahora, por ejemplo, el verbo want. ¿Qué cosa es want?
Querer.
Tú dices, I am wanting a chocolate or just I want a chocolate.
I want a chocolate.
I want a chocolate. Tú dices, quiero buscarme el tiempo, estoy buscándome el tiempo. Me busco el tiempo, ¿cierto? Entonces es I get round to doing something. ¿Ok? Si quieres agregarle el quiero de I want to get round to studying. Did you understand? Por ejemplo, los papás que decimos, que dicen, o quiero, necesito encontrar un tiempo para jugar con los hijos. ¿Cómo digas? Necesito buscarme un tiempo. Porque lo estoy intentando, pero no puedo jugar con los hijos. ¿Cómo dirías? I need to
get around time.
No le agregues el time. I need to get around to. De frente la preposición to y el verbo con ing. To
Get around to
playing with my kids. ¿Ok? A veces estás tan ocupada que no tienes tiempo para cocinar. Dices, me gustaría hacerme un tiempito para cocinar. Me gustaría hacerme un tiempito. I would like to get around to cooking. Super simple. Y es una expresión que usas y me quiero hacer un tiempito para cocinar, ¿cierto? O llegando del trabajo me voy a hacer un tiempito para cocinar, I need to get around to cooking super quickly. Or when you say, well, after my job, after work, I have to. get round to study even when I don't want to. Tengo que hacerme un tiempito. So did you understand the phrase?
Yes.
Get round to. Amazing. Let's continue here. Next example. I was able to make, for example, to make time. So en lugar de decir I was able to make time, I was able to get round
to
to
meeting.
to meeting. Me hice un tiempito para encontrarme con alguien. ¿Ok? En este caso puede decir to the meeting, de frente, to the meeting, la reunión. También puede ir un sustantivo. ¿Ok? Acá dijiste in spite of, right? Good. Arriving 2 hours later, he didn't feel sorry.
Also arriving.
Although, aunque llegar 2 horas más tarde, él no se sintió culpable.
Despite.
In spite.
No, because it's not an of. It's spite of.
Yes, there's not off
Despite.
here. Despite.
It is spite.
Despite. Good. Of his lack of experience, he got a well-paid job.
In spite of his lack of experience, he got a well-paid job.
He got a well-paid job. Great pronunciation. This one.
Although he studied very hard, he didn't pass the exam.
Yes, another way to say study hard, another way is study very hard. Another way to do that, to study hard, or to hit the books. Okay, when you hit the books, you study hard. Okay, so hey, what did you do yesterday? You look terrible. You know, yesterday I was hitting the book because today I have an important exam. Hit the books is more common, right? Good. What's your answer here? Although. Yeah, because what do we need here? The fact that.
Why is although, although?
Why the answer is although and not though?
Pronunciation. Although.
No,
Although.
we always say, siempre se pronuncia así, mira. All. Yo no boto aire, hago que vibre, mira. Although. A ver, déjame escuchar. I'm gonna bring my headset because I cannot listen to you very well. 1 second. Could you say something, please?
Although.
Okay, now it's better. Voy a subir el volumen. Yes. Recuerda que pronunciamos all, although,
Also, father,
Ajá, ya la captaste.
father,
Sí, vibra, father.
also,
Yes. No vayas a decir although, that's incorrect, sino although, though.
although,
Es una D que vibra. Tanta.
Okay.
Una D.
Although,
Ajá, you got it, ya la tienes.
although.
Although. Ahora te preguntarás cuál es la diferencia de although y though. ¿No? ¿Eso me preguntaste?
Sí.
Ah,
Sí.
ok. For example, tenemos aquí although he studied hard, aunque él estudió mucho, he didn't pass the exam, right? Aunque él estudió mucho, él no pasó el examen. As you can see here, although is like despite or in spite of, but in this case we don't need the fact that, right? We don't need. Okay, you can say he studied hard. He didn't He didn't pass the exam though. You have to use a comma and you say though at the end of the sentence. You got it? For example, Carlos, which one is more common? The second one. This is more common. He studied hard. He didn't pass the exam though. You get it? But you say though. Yep.
Why?
Why? That is the structure. That is the structure. You have to write at the end, and you don't write all, because you use all when it is at the beginning of the sentence. If not, you have to just write though. Okay. For example, you do. This is the situation. And I gave her a present, but she was so sad. I gave her a present, but she was so sad. You can say, although I gave her a present, she was so sad. Or you can say, I gave her a present, she was so sad, though. But remember that you have to use the comma. The comma. Okay, good. Next. Please read.
Despite feeling sick, he went to work.
Yes, it cannot be although because we never use the gerund after although. It cannot be in spite because we need of. The only one is despite. Well, in this part, I would like you repeat this. You have the T sound because you say went and T. You drop the sound and then you have the NTO. No, then NTO.
Okay.
You drop. He won. So despite feeling sick, he went to work. Amazing. Did you understand? This is like the rule. NTO. Did you get it?
No.
Okay, don't worry.
I know the rule, but I don't know
how to use it.
Yes.
Okay, focus on this part.
It's the one T.
We have the word. We have 20, right?
Yes.
And the rule NT vowel sound. You drop the C sound. Amazing. Then there is another rule. When a word ends with a sound and the sound is the same in the next word, you drop the first one. Yep.
Yes.
So you have I went to the park, for example. 1 second. I went to the park. As you can see here, we have the T sound here. Yep. So what do? You drop the first one. You drop this one. So you have went to. When we have the T after an N and a vowel sound, because this is the schwa, you drop the T sound like in the word 20. I went at the park. Okay? Went at the park. It is like I want to go to the park. In this case, we have TT, right? Drop this sound. NTO, what do? One. Ese es el origen de one. No sé si has visto que algunas personas escriben one.
Sí.
Es el origen. Acá está la explicación de dónde sale one. Usando estas reglitas. Buena one. Okay. Did you understand?
Buena one. No entiendo por qué buena one.
Dime, aquí es buena y aquí es one. Acá está con E.
Ok. Sí, entendí.
Ok.
Pensé que me decías lo mismo, buena one.
No, no.
Okay.
This is when and this is one.
Okay. When the park,
I went at the park. Hey, what did you do yesterday? Well, I went at
when
the
the,
park.
when
Hey,
the
what do you want to do? I want to go to the park.
he
Uh,
when I work,
he went to work. Work.
when I
Remember the
work,
like?
work,
Yes, great
when I
work.
work.
Good. This one.
In spite of feeling tired, I couldn't fell asleep.
Yes.
Fell asleep.
Fell asleep. You link the words. Siempre que puedas link it. I couldn't fall asleep. Fell asleep.
Fell asleep.
This one.
Even though, even though,
Though is the same. Even though. Incluso
even though, even
though.
though they have little money, they are happy.
They are happy. Next.
Despite my poor English, I've spent in the USA for 2 years.
Okay, this one. Focus on this part. Okay, otro truquito de pronunciación. Okay, focus on this part. Imagine that I ask you, hey, you have two sentences. Tienes estas dos oraciones. Okay? How long have you been studying English? Te hacen esta pregunta, hey, how long have you been studying English? Y tú respondes de la siguiente manera. I have been studying English. Okay. I'm gonna change down number 5. And then you have. Okay. So, voy a volver a hacer la pregunta. Escúchame y quiero que tú notes el sonido, okay? Hey, how long have you been studying English? I have been studying English for 5 years. For 5 years. Una vez más. I have been studying English for 5 years. How long have you been studying English? For 5 years. You get it?
Sí. El primero lo dices diferente.
¿Qué parte digo diferente?
For a 5 years.
Ya, aquí. ¿Cómo lo digo?
For a 5 years.
No pronuncio la O. Digo fair. Fair.
Fair.
Y,
Fair.
y aquí, ¿cómo digo? For. For. ¿Ok?
Fair.
So, cuando lo tengas en una oración larga como esta, vas a omitir la schwa. Esto es, aquí tenemos la schwa, el sonido de la schwa. En esta situación lo voy a omitir, ¿cierto? But in this sentence, this is a short sentence. So, es una de las partes importantes, ya que solamente hay 3 palabras. Voy a decir for. For. Did you understand?
Yes.
Can you read the first sentence?
I have been studying English for 5 years.
Yes, pero tienes que decirlo más rápido. I haven't studied English for 5 years. For,
I have been studying English for 5 years.
yes, and the second one?
For 5 years.
Yes. So now focus on this part. It's a short or a long sentence?
Long.
Long. So you say, despite my poor English, I spent in the US for 2 years.
Despite my poor English, I've spent in the USA for 2 years.
Great. Now focus on this part. Spent in. You have the T, N, and the vowel sound.
Spending.
Spending. I've spent in the US for 2 years. Did you understand?
Spending.
Yep.
Spending.
Okay, continue.
Second, I didn't eat anything.
I didn't eat anything.
I didn't eat anything. Although
Although.
Although being hungry.
¿Usábamos el although con los gerundios?
No.
Nos,
Despite.
nos queda despite en spite. ¿Cuál sería?
Despite.
Despite. Ok, aquí. Didn't, ¿te acuerdas?
didn't.
I didn't. Ahora, esta T no se pronuncia porque hay una vocal, ¿cierto?
I didn't.
I didn't eat anything. Eat anything. Esto se pronuncia eat. Esto se pronuncia any. Eat anything. So, I didn't eat anything.
I
This,
didn't. I did. I did eat anything.
I didn't. A ver, didn't.
I didn't.
Okay, we didn't eat
Yes.
anything.
I didn't eat anything.
Iré. ¿No ves que esto se pronuncia
Anything.
it?
Eat anything.
Eat anything.
Eat
Ok.
anything.
En
I
cambio, aquí
don't
esta
eat
TH se pronuncia símbolo de teta. Thin. Thin. Ok.
anything. I didn't eat anything.
Ah, great. Continue. Despite.
I didn't eat anything despite being hungry.
Hungry. Great pronunciation. Next one.
Although he's a good man, I avoid communicating with him.
Yes, but do you remember the first class? We didn't pronounce the H. Do you remember?
So, although he's a good man, I avoid communicating with him.
With them.
Then,
Pronúncialo como si fuera un am. With them.
with them.
Yes. Ok, cuando veas un hombre, pronuncia así. Man. Man. Y cuando está en plural, man. Man. Por lo tanto, ¿cómo se llama este superhéroe?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. This one, super.
Superman.
And this one.
X-Men.
Ahora, Carlos, ¿cuál es más fácil para recordar? Acuérdate que los hombres X eran un montón. Por eso está con la E. Y Spider-Man hay un. ¿Ok? So, the answer is although. Next one. Nos quedan tres.
Although I'm not very good at snowboarding, I enjoyed it.
Next.
Despite not being very good at uh, despite not being very good at snowboarding, I enjoyed it.
Great. An expression. Sometimes we want to say because we don't have enough time because we are busy, right? We are busy, which means estar ocupado, ¿cierto?
Okay.
So in the English language, there is an expression to be snowed under with something. Por ejemplo, estoy ocupado con tareas, ¿cómo se dice? Recontra ocupado. I am snowed under with tasks. Estoy, pero recontra ocupado con los quehaceres del hogar. I am snowed under with chores. Chores. Chores, los quehaceres del hogar. Puede ser cocinar, limpiar, etc. Chores. I am snowed under with y algo que ocupe tu tiempo. With work. I'm snowed under with work. Con trabajo. With work. With chores. With task. Ok. Snowed under. Estoy como que tapado con la nieve. Ok. Porque cuando la nieve llega te tapa, ¿cierto? Entonces es como una avalancha de cosas por hacer. Did you understand?
Yes.
Yeah, good. Entonces, cada vez que me puedas decir, well, if you hit the books, you are not going to be a snow under with tasks. ¿Te das cuenta? Because you always get round to studying. Did you understand? Mira, he incluido las tres expresiones. Get round to, hit the books, snow under, with something. Okay? Don't forget about these three expressions because you are gonna use them. So the answer was despite. 19. Yeah, it's the same, right? And the last one.
In spite of not being very good, in spite of.
Ay, se borró, se borró. Oh, we're done. Hemos culminado. Okay, so now, do you have any questions about despite and in spite of?
No, everything here.
Everything, yes. But you can say it's algo que es muy entendible. Mira, algo que es súper entendible y fácil de entender se dice en inglés straightforward. Straightforward. Y lo opuesto se dice baffling. Did you understand? Or not? Yes. Straightforward. You got it? Entonces, por ejemplo, the explanation, la explicación was... How was the explanation?
I don't understand.
¿Cómo estuvo la explicación? Straightforward or
Okay.
baffling?
Straightforward.
Straightforward. Okay, I missed a letter. Entonces, por ejemplo, cuando yo te pregunte, hey, what do you think? What do you think about? What do you think about the universe? What do you think about? You know, this topic is baffling for me because I'm not used to studying this topic. Es un poco, pues es a little baffling, es un poco difícil de entender, baffling. Straightforward, super simple to understand. Did you understand, right? Yeah. You can say it's straightforward or it's crystal clear. Crystal clear. Okay? Any questions up to this point?
No.
No. Good. Okay, so today we have a speaking workshop. Okay? And I'm going to give you the expressions. Just give me a second. Let me open my presentation. Icebreaker here. Yep. No, this is not. Is I like roll. Okay. Well, today we're going to practice how you can give your answers. Okay, vamos a practicar un poquito. ¿Te acuerdas? It would be consider. Do you remember those structures?
No.
Okay.
I don't remember.
I'll explain, don't worry. Cuando alguien te pregunte cualquier cosa, tú puedes decir, por ejemplo, mira, dice, What's your favorite city? ¿Cuál es tu ciudad favorita? What's your favorite city? Tú vas a decir, my favorite city is... What's your favorite city? Lima, for example.
Even though that I'm from Lima.
Tell me.
I love. Even though I am from Lima.
Oh, what happened? Even though. Ah, okay. Yes.
profesor, era although, even though.
And even though, although, though. Los tres.
Although, even though, though.
Okay, let's listen.
Although, even though, though.
Though, yep. Okay, good. Okay, that's great. Yeah, that's a correct pronunciation. Let's continue here. Okay, focus on this part. Can you see my screen, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Nosotros, tú puedes dar respuestas simples. You can give simple answers. Pero la idea es de que puedas practicar la gramática mientras das respuestas sencillas. ¿Ok? Ahora, antes de continuar, el primer mensaje de tu audio, hazlo un poquito más vibrante nomás. Un poquito, pero no exageres. Ajá, though. Como que mira. Ahí te voy a mandar el audio. Se va a escuchar.
Although.
Así, mira.
Although.
Although, though, even though. For example, even though, although,
Although, even though, though.
even though. For example,
Although, even though, though.
ah, great. Muchísimo mejor. El último estuvo muchísimo mejor. Okay, so let's go on here. Okay, for example, somebody asks you this question. Hey, what's your favorite city? Right? You can say, well, despite the fact that I live in Lima, I don't like my city. You can say, despite the fact that I live in Lima.
That was saying when the Zoom call.
Ah, you said that before. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that was great. That was great. Okay, you can start. No sé si vas a tomar una certificación internacional, lo estás practicando for fun, pero sería genial que puedas practicar, ¿no? Si, aunque no tomes el examen internacional, lo puedes practicar para mejorar tu gramática y para sentir más confianza. ¿Ok? Siempre que alguien te pregunte, a veces no vamos a responder súper rápido. Vamos a decir, well, pones a pensar, no, porque no te voy a hacer preguntas como ¿cuál es tu comida favorita? Sino te voy a decir, hey, what's your opinion about COVID-19 nowadays? No me vas a responder al rápido, ¿cierto? Vas a decir, well, y vas a pensar, ¿ok? ¿Se entiende esta parte? Ok. Vas a empezar con estas interjecciones. Interjection. Well, puedes decir algo oración como, hey, that's a tricky question. That's a tricky question. En lugar de decirme una pregunta difícil, tricky means difficult, ¿qué podrías decir? That's una pregunta muy difícil de entender, que no es fácil de entender, podrías decir. That's a baffling question. ¿Te acuerdas? Algo que no es fácil de entender. Uy, ¿qué te pregunto? Hey, what do you think about the universe? That's a baffling question, you know? Despite the fact that I went to the university, I don't know about this topic. Okay, that's a tricky question. That's a baffling question. That's an interesting question. Interesting question. Interesting ya es muy básico. Vamos a aprender ahora fascinating. Fascinating. Okay, very interesting. Fascinating. Ok. Algo más cool que fascinante puede ser riveting. Riveting. That's a riveting question. Una pregunta muy interesante. Fascinating, fascinante. Una pregunta difícil, tricky. Did you understand?
Riveting, what it means?
Very interesting. Interesting.
Like fascinating.
Like fascinating, they are synonyms.
Fascinating.
Synonyms. Fascinating, riveting.
Riveting.
Yes.
Riveting.
Otra palabrita que me gustaría que aprendas es que yo he notado que tú también a veces usas la palabra important. Important, right? Yep.
Yes.
Ahora, algo que es más importante, vamos a decir paramount.
Paramount, yeah.
Paramount, yes? Well, that's a paramount question, a paramount question. El día de hoy te estoy entregando estas tres palabritas que tienes que sí o sí agregarlas a tu vocabulario. Paramount, riveting, fascinating, and tricky, okay? So, what's your favorite city? Well, that's a riveting question. Luego de esto, vas a empezar con, you know, en lugar de decir, I don't know, mejor un you know. You know, para sentir confianza. You know, empiezas con the first idea, ¿te acuerdas?
That pops out of my
That
mind.
first idea that pops
Out
into
of my
my
mind.
into my head.
Into my head.
Into my head. Well, the first idea that pops into my head is
The fact.
aquí pones la respuesta primero aquí. Is y pones la respuesta. O después de is the fact that. Ya hemos visto the fact that, ¿cierto? ¿Qué cosa va después de un the fact that?
Close.
Una clause. Y ya tú sabes que es una clause, ¿cierto?
Mm.
Entonces puedes usar el head is o un the fact that. No hay ningún problema. ¿Ok? Por ejemplo, what's your favorite city? You know, the first idea that pops into my head is Lima. The first idea that pops into my head is the fact that. Y das una oración. I love Lima. Did you understand? Okay.
Yes.
Empezamos con un well. That's a tricky question para ganar tiempo. Utilizamos un conector, you know, the first idea. Otra expresión que podemos usar es what strikes me about this question is, igualito, del mismo modo digo algo o is the fact that plus a clause. Did you understand?
Yes.
Good, good. Ok, a ver, te voy a preguntar. Hey, what's your favorite movie? What's your favorite movie?
Well, you know, the first idea that pops into my mind is the fact that I love zombie movies.
Great, great. Antes de dar, you know, puedes decir, that's a tricky question, that's a riveting question, that's a paramount question, para que practiques más que todo, porque obviamente te preguntan, ¿cuál es tu película favorita? O, bueno, mi película favorita la considero. No, das respuesta referente. Este tipo de ejercicios son para adquirir vocabulario y ganar más confianza, porque si tú ya lo dominas, te salteas aquí, ¿cierto? Pero si quieres ganar idea, por ejemplo, te pregunto, hey,
I forgot about that.
tell me. Tell-
No, sorry. I forgot about that
okay, where it
question
strikes
of a
me
tornado or
about.
riveting.
Okay, where it strikes me about the question is.
Right.
Okay, is or the fact that. You know this, the fact that. Amazing. Luego de esto, puedes incluir en tu narración, puedes poner, usar tu despite. Despite, ya sabes cómo se usa el despite y el in spite of, ¿cierto? También ya dominas el although. Ya, ahora vas a hacer lo siguiente. Vas a agarrar un sustantivo o un verbo con ing. Mira. Y le vas a agregar lo siguiente. El would be, I'm sorry. Would be considered. Considered. ¿Cómo sería considerado? Vas a poner a an, un adjective y un noun. Y ya tú sabes qué expresiones se agrega para dar razón. Un probably o un basically, because. Y aquí le agregas tu razón. You get it?
No, not much.
Por ejemplo, estamos hablando de la comida favorita, ¿no? Yo digo que mi comida favorita es el ceviche, ¿cierto? Acá voy a poner un an, outstanding. Voy a poner un adjetivo, outstanding. ¿Qué significa excelente? Plato de comida, se dice dish. ¿Por qué me gusta el ceviche? Because it is high in protein. ¿Ok? ¿Ok? Y a mí me gusta el pollo. Yo soy amante del pollo. I love chicken. Mira. Ahora voy a decir aquí cuál es mi sustantivo. Ceviche. A ver, me voy a preguntar, hey, what's your favorite food? Well, that's a tricky question, you know? But the first idea that pops into my head is ceviche. Ceviche would be considered an outstanding dish. Probably because it is high in protein. Despite the fact that I love chicken, if I go to a restaurant, I would ask or I would have ceviche. Did you understand?
Yes.
Aquí voy a poner mi sustantivo o mi verbo con ing. Would be considered sería considerado un plato excelente, básicamente porque es alto en proteínas. A pesar del hecho que me encanta el pollo, si voy a un restaurante pediría ceviche. ¿Te das cuenta? A ver, te voy a preguntar ahora, what is your favorite sport? ¿Cuál es tu deporte favorito? Empieza.
Well, that's a common question. You know, what strikes me about the question is the fact that I love soccer.
Ok, ahora, ¿cuál es tu
Soccer
sustantivo?
will be considered
Ajá.
soccer will be considered as a paramount sport,
Paramount es por un deporte importante.
basically because a lot of people love it.
A lot of people love it. Ahí está. Ahora lo tienes que decir con más confianza. Ok. Ahora, si ya dijiste paramount y también me dijiste paramount, lo estás repitiendo. Entonces aquí puedes poner sport.
Riveting.
Riveting, of course, a riveting. Recuerda que es riveting. No es an, ¿ok? Just in case.
Riveting.
A riveting sport. O también puedes decir en lugar de soccer, que podías haber dicho playing,
Boy.
playing soccer. Un verbo con ing.
Okay.
Un verbo con ing. Playing soccer would be considered a riveting sport, probably because a lot of people love it. That's it. ¿Te das cuenta que suenas más pro, se podría decir? ¿Ok? Entonces, vamos a estar trabajando en base a esta estructura. Yo preparé un PDF que te lo voy a compartir. Imagínate, quisiera explicar cómo
Es
lo
un
vas a
montón de
usar.
información.
No, es súper sencillo. Mira, te vas a dar cuenta. Parece difícil, pero no lo es. Dame un segundo. No sé si puedas ver. Igualito, este PDF te lo voy a enviar. Ok, puedes ver aquí. Structures to sound like a real native. ¿Se ve, cierto? Yep. Ok. ¿Cómo dar una respuesta más elaborada? Te he puesto aquí la estructura. Mira, vas a escoger un sustantivo, un verbo, luego vas a sumarle un would be consider. Luego le sumas un adjetivo más un sustantivo, más un basically, un probably because. Y por último tu razón. Es un proceso nada más. Al inicio es difícil memorizártelo, pero luego le agarras la costumbre. Ok, mira aquí. Solamente se juega con la pregunta. Mira. For example, which one is better, buying a house or a car? A house, ahí está, sustantivo. Would be considered an outstanding idea basically because, y das tu razón.
A paramount saving.
Un ahorro importante. Está bien. Entonces,
¿Sí?
puedes decir a house or buying a house. Utilizo el verbo con ing.
Okay. En vez de
Ok.
no,
En vez de noun, buying a house,
house.
buying
We
a
consider a paramount
saving.
saving, probably because
Y aquí está.
you never you will be the landlord of this
Okay.
property.
Ok, that's good. Puedes haber usado en probably o también puedes haber usado en basically. Ya, tú alternas. Ok. Ahora, ok, yo te pregunto, what would you do if you won the lottery? What would you do if you won the lottery? ¿Qué harías si ganas la lotería? Would you buy a car?
Winning the lottery will be considered a rewarding challenge.
¿Un desafío importante ganarse la lotería? ¿O una situación de suerte?
Rewarding goal.
A rewarding goal? ¿O qué te parece que alguien se gana la lotería? Es algo de suerte. A lucky situation, una situación de suerte. Basically because it's difficult, right? It's difficult to win the lottery.
Okay.
Yeah. Entonces, recuerda que los vocabulary lo tienes que enviar en la plataforma porque ¡puc! Me llega automáticamente y me sale lo que
Ah,
hiciste.
ok, ok.
Y eso no
Pero
te
el
preocupes.
vocabulary de can y can, de can y
¿Te
can,
llegó tu
no se
feedback?
podía.
¿No se
No,
podía?
no, no se podía poner ahí, no había. O sea, no decía la parte de practice.
A ver,
Eso es
ahorita
lo
lo
que te decía el
revisamos.
video.
Ahorita lo revisamos. Ahorita lo revisamos. Entonces, aquí te estoy dejando esta estructura. Vamos a estar, todas nuestras 3 primeras clases que siguen van a estar basadas en esta estructura y en la de acá también. Mira. Puedes responder aquí con un adequate o practical. An adequate o practical decision, idea, opinion, situation. Aquí le cambias según como te pregunten. Y aquí dices might, not doubt, be or definitely en lugar de no doubt. Acá hay un ejemplo. Which one is better, buying a house or a car? Mira, a practical idea might, no doubt, be.
Ahí sí ya me confundí, ya me perdí.
Ah, ¿en qué parte? No, no, no. Esto es solamente para darle énfasis. Sin duda. Podría ser sin duda. Entre comas he puesto no doubt.
No, no.
No doubt. Sin duda alguna. Podría ser. Acá está. Might be. Podría ser comprar una casa. Básicamente, ¿por qué? Basil. Y repite lo mismo del otro. O si no, inadequate. Sino que te he agregado estas palabritas para que vayas practicando. Might. Y le agrego definitely en lugar de no doubt. Para no
No, no
repetir.
entiendo esto.
¿Qué
No entiendo
parte?
toda esta parte, como an adequate decision.
A ver, yo te voy a preguntar, ¿qué es mejor, comprar una casa o un carro? Y te he puesto aquí un adjetivo y un sustantivo. Te he puesto a practical idea, an adequate decision, y juegas con esto. Le vas a poner un might, definitely, o un
Es
might.
como cuando das un consejo, ¿puede ser?
Cuando das una respuesta, cuando das un concepto, una respuesta más elaborada.
Ajá.
Por ejemplo, en lugar de decir qué país es el mejor, voy a decir Perú might, no doubt, no doubt, be the best country.
Ah, ok, yo
Perú.
pensé que siempre se decía an adequate decision o practical idea.
No, una idea que te estoy dando con un adjetivo
Ah,
y
ok,
un
ok,
sustantivo.
no, eso es lo que no comprendía. Yo pensé que
Ok, tú
era una
puedes
estructura
cambiar.
igual siempre.
No,
Ajá,
siempre no, nunca. Lo
ajá.
anterior
O sea,
tampoco.
este es noun, noun. Esa
Noun.
parte de
Acá empiezas
adequate practical idea sería el noun.
el noun y el adjetivo, solamente que hemos
Ajá,
cambiado la posición. ¿Te acuerdas que en la
ok, ok,
anterior?
ok. Ujú.
Yes, aquí estaba an adjective, aquí pues. Pero también puedes saber usar un verbo con ing, no. Playing soccer
Playing
might
soccer,
no
my
doubt be a great sport. Podría ser, sin duda alguna, un gran deporte. ¿Te das cuenta? Entonces aquí he dejado los dos ejercicios porque
ok,
recuerda que nuestras clases van a estar basadas en speaking. Yo te voy a poner
ok, ok.
situaciones, ¿no? Te voy a decir, mira estas dos imágenes. Acá tengo justo uno que estoy trabajando con Pedro y eso iniciaríamos el día de mañana. A ver, aquí dice Speaking Workshop. Empezamos. Presta atención. Así trabajaremos con los Speaking Workshops. Y ahí también explico la gramática, así que no te preocupes. Esa es la 5. Por ejemplo, te voy a decir, hey, what are the advantages and disadvantages of communicating in these different ways? Tienes 5 ideas. ¿Ok? Entonces vas a empezar. Well, writing a letter would be considered a great idea to communicate nowadays basically because you can send messages right now. On the other hand, chatting online might no doubt be a good option because everyone has internet. Despite the fact that having a conference is super easy, other people have some problems. But having a face-to-face meeting is the best for me. ¿Te das cuenta cómo usar las dos gramáticas que hemos visto? Al inicio te va a costar, es como cuando haces ejercicio.
Sí,
Al inicio es
es un
cuando cargas,
trabalengua.
cuando cargas peso, dices, no voy a poder. Pero pasa el día, el tiempo, ¿y qué pasa? Le agarras la costumbre. Entonces, después vas a responder así como yo, usando la estructura. Will be considered y vas a sonar muy profesional.
Ujú.
Ok, so, ¿alguna
Ok,
consulta? Any
no,
questions?
no.
So, ahora te mando la clase de hoy.